Hello everyone, welcome back to Ease Education London, and this is our video in preparation for English Literature Paper 2, which you all will be sitting this upcoming Monday. Now, a question that we get often is, Sir, how long should I spend on each question? How long is the exam? How many marks is it worth? So in this video, I will be clarifying and going over all the timings, the number of paragraphs, and how to prepare for your last and final question. And for everyone sitting this paper, this is the last and final battle. It's the final ever paper you do for English literature, and it is slightly longer, so it's 2 hours 15, but you have to be well prepared because there's a lot of content and there's a lot of writing, so you need to be well prepared if you want to succeed in this exam. So just to go over the basics, what is this paper assessing? The reason I'm going over this is you'll be surprised how some students come up to me and say, Sir, is it Macbeth, or is it Inspector Calls, is it Christmas Carol? So some students are still confused, and I just wanted to clarify and give you that insight, or give you that idea of what will come up. So paper 2, we know, is going to be on modern texts, and your poetry. So personally, one of my favorite parts, which is poetry. So your modern text will be probably, an Inspector Calls. That's the most common one, or it could be, I believe, I'll show you the text. So there are different options depending on your school, but for poetry, it'll either be Power and Conflict or Love and Relationships, and the exam is 2 hours 15 minutes. That's probably one of the longest exams for your GCSEs. Now, in terms of the marks, the maximum mark for this paper is 96. AO4 will be assessed in section A, so that's your SPAG, spelling, punctuation, grammar, and also section B is 30 marks, as you can see. Let me just highlight this, 30, and section C is 32 marks. Now, this is something for you to remember. Section A, just to remind you, is 30 marks plus your 4 marks. So in total, if you do the maths, that would give you a total of 96. So let's have a look at it in further detail, just to give you a breakdown of everything you need to know in terms of timing and paragraphs. So let me just scroll to the next page. So starting off with section A, it's your modern prose or drama text, that you've been studying. So that could be one of the following, or it is one of the following. So it could be between An Inspector Calls, Blood Brothers, The History Boys, DNA, etc. So Lord of the Flies, etc. Right? Now, the most common and most popular one is probably An Inspector Calls. And for section A, how long do you get? You get 45 minutes. Now, the good news is, for all 3 sections, you get 45 minutes. Now, what does that 45 minutes consist of? It consists of a 5 minutes plan and 40 minutes of writing, and you're looking to write around 3 to 4 paragraphs for section A. And remember, make sure you look at the correct question number and you'll find the page as well. So if you're doing An Inspector Calls, it's questions 1 and 2 on page 4. So that's section A. Now, section B is your poetry. So to those of you doing Power and Conflict, the question will be on page 26. Question 26 on page 19. Now, same concept for section B. It's 45 minutes. You should spend 5 minutes planning and 40 minutes writing, and you're looking to write 3 to 4 paragraphs. So the paragraphs you write for section B will be slightly longer. The reason is you'll be asked to compare one poem to another. So for example, if you get Bayonet Charge for Power and Conflict, you could compare it to the Charge of the Light Brigade. So you're looking to write around 3/4 paragraphs for this question. So make sure it's detailed, you use the relevant quotes, and you provide perceptive analysis as well. So that's section B. And the last and final section is your unseen poetry. And that too is also 45 minutes. However, there's a part A and part B. So the first part, let's use blue. So the first part is a 24-mark question, based on the unseen poem, and you will get 30 minutes for that. And you've got a part B question, which is 8 marks, where they give you another poem and you also compare, and that is 10 minutes. Okay, so in total, just like section B and A, that is 45 minutes. Now, I've taught my students an acronym, okay, to help with unseen poetry. Now, I'm sure many of you, okay, would agree that you struggle with unseen poetry. So I have a simple acronym which is called SMILE. Yep, it's called SMILE, which you can use to help you answer your unseen poetry. Now, if you are wondering what does it stand for, do check out our video where I actually go over it in further detail. I'll put the link somewhere above or below somewhere, or if I do forget, just let me know. But it's a really good way for you to practice your unseen poetry, and if you follow this acronym, you will find success with your unseen poetry. So that is it for today's video, and also I just wanted to provide my predictions for what may come up in your exams for paper 2. So for an inspector calls, these are our following predictions. Number 1, how does Priestley present Mrs. Burling as a selfish character? Number 2, how does Priestley present Eva Smith as a character who represents the struggles of the working class? And another potential predicted question is, how does Priestley present the inspector as a powerful character / force for good? So these are some potential questions that may arise in your upcoming English literature exam taking place this Monday. Now for poetry, these are our predictions. Number 1, compare how the power or importance of identity is presented in Checking Out Me History and one other poem. Number 2, compare how the impact of conflict is presented in Poppies and one other poem. And number 3, compare how the power of nature or suffering is presented in Exposure and one other poem. So these are my 3 main predictions. We haven't really seen it come up previously. And also, a question I get every single year, including last year, you probably guessed it. So will tissue come up for section B? Now the answer is we don't know, but the truth is it is a challenging poem for many students, but it is part of the anthology. So eventually the exam board would like to test students on tissue, and who knows, it may come up this year. If it doesn't, then amazing, you won't get cooked. But if it does, then you'd thank this video, because it's definitely a possibility. So don't just brush it under the carpet, but make sure you go over tissue and the key themes, etc. Now, if you're wondering, or if you're struggling with the poems, I've actually covered all 15 in a 40-minute video from last year. So if you scroll through our playlist, you'll be able to find the Poetry, Power and Conflict video, where I've gone over the key quotes, the key quotations, and also analysis, grade 8, grade 9 analysis for this question. So that is it. I would like to wish you the best of luck for your final English literature paper. And I'm sure for most of you, you're probably thinking, thank God, I can't wait for this to be over, because English literature is, it's a intense subject, as in there's a lot of content, there's a lot to learn, and there's a lot to cover. So for many of you, after the exam, you'll probably be relieved and celebrating now that it is over. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share. And thank you very much for 4,000 subscribers. We are pushing for 10,000 or 10k subs, and we are planning to do a giveaway at 10k subs. So I would appreciate if you can share our channel with your friends, and if you can tell them to subscribe, because that's what will help us grow. And also, if you are watching until the end, I am going to do a giveaway at 10k subs, okay? Because you can imagine 10k is a nice number. It's a significant number, especially, if you're starting a YouTube channel. So I am thinking of a nice giveaway to give back to our subscribers. Maybe we can give away 2 or 3 things, okay? Something that will benefit you, okay? And something that will help you as well. And it wouldn't be cheap, okay? It'd be something reasonably priced, so that you can use it and benefit from it. So if you do have any ideas, please let me know. Thank you for watching.